They're there to do a job, and they certainly succeeded on the day of Trump's inauguration. I didn't care that protesters smashed Bank of America, though. Not one bit. Why didn't one of them go inside and hack all the records to erase all credit cards owned by Buffett? That would have put the hero status on a lot of people, and I'd be there handing out caps. But no, the protesters merely destroyed just to destroy. There was no true purpose other than to cause unrest that led to 194 people facing convictions. Now 194 people arrested at the protests face up to decades in prison in what legal observers have dubbed an unprecedented assault on protest. After all, the U.S. Attorney for the District of Columbia has slapped almost all of the defendants with felony charges of incitement to riot and destruction of property, among other charges. The first trial, of 6 individuals, including a journalist, was set to begin with jury selection Wednesday in D.C. Superior Court. It's to be followed by a series of others, since the court could not hear all the cases at once. If any legal observers see this as an assault on the legal right to protest, then they should revisit the video evidence of said protesters destroying property, lighting fires, fighting with people, and doing very bad non-protest actions. There's a difference between protesting and making noise versus lighting things on fire and destroying a coffee shop that sells overpriced bean water. To see the District of Columbia provide many of the 194 defendants with felony charges is a step in the right direction that could help prevent future protests from erupting into a massive scene of uneventful chaos. This is where the law should make a stand against the protesting group that thinks violence is included in protests. Violence is not part of protesting and should not be categorized as a protest, because then it opens the doors for future protesters to use violence on people, animals, and places while saying it's from a protest. Now is the time for a judge, or judges, to remind 194 people that destroying Starbucks, a bank, and causing harm to police officers is still against the law. One cannot injure or destroy in the name of protest and get away with it. 194 people could be in jail doing the time for their crime. I don't want the protesters to spend their life in jail, but a few years for burning down a business or hurting people could be a fair sentence. It's all based on what each individual crime the people committed. They're not all responsible for the same exact violation, so the court system should be fair when handing out sentences. The worst crime should get the most times. Hopefully, some of the violators are only in prison for a little bit. Why? Because Trump will still be president when they're released from jail, and nothing could be more magical than that. What do you think about this? Please share this news and scroll down to comment below, and don't forget to